listen, man, I don't tell my stories. I let other people tell them. You feel me? But this is why, like, with you, it's like, yo, a lot of people got to be like, yo, man, you giving dudes an opportunity, like, to tell their story, you know, uncut.
And what went down with Lil Durk Pops, and what popped off, and how did it go down?
Well, it's like this, right? Lil Durk Pops is Big Durk, which is Abdul Hop, right? I already know, people already know, you know, he was a GD. He was a high-ranking member of the Gangsta Disciples out there in Chicago, and you know, he was up under, that's one of his guys, straight up under Larry, directly under him, you know, one of the guys, you know, with him. And this was my man, you know, he was Muslim, and he was the imam over in Terry Hut, Indiana. And you know, I was part of the community, and they had the security, which is the Sharif squad, like, you know, the Emir of security. And at that time, the Emir of security was my man Jihad from he actually from Queens, but you know, he was out of Ohio. He a twin, good dude, right? And he had came to me and was like, yo, he wanted me to be on basically the security team, the Sharif team or whatever, you know, because he was the Emir of security. And I was like, all right, bro, I'm a rock with you, but know this, bro, all of that politic and stuff, I ain't with that. I know how the politics go in the feds. You know, everybody be trying to sit down, come to resolutions, and, you know, try to resolve issues before they become bigger. Everybody be that hands-off policy. Nobody put their hands on nobody else's people. If their people violate, you go to them and they deal with their people. People trying to stop wars and stuff. Because when there's a war, you know, most likely somebody gonna die because dudes is playing for keeps. That's straight up, right? You know, everybody from different states, different geographical locations, and everybody trying to rep their cities and their geographics. And, you know, people, you know, it's hard situation. They call them cars to wit, like whoever you want with, that's like your car or whatever. Like, you know, so whatever, like, you know, Abdul Haq, he was in a Muslim car, so he wasn't in the Chicago car, even though he's from Chicago. He wasn't in the GD car, even though he had Gangsta Disciple affiliations, because, you know, this is who he is. But, you know, being in prison, he took Shahada and learned the religion real good and practiced it, you know, in a way that it's supposed to be practiced. And then, you know, it's like this. You are who you are, you know, and meaning that whoever you are, like, is your birthright. Like, say the man, he's a natural leader. So when he was in the streets and doing what he was doing, he was a leader within his organization. And so when he came to prison and he became Muslim and, you know, took Shahada, and he stayed who he was. He just applied himself, you know, to a different situation, meaning you are who you are. It's about what you apply yourself to. So he also became a leader within the religion, because this is who he was, a leader. So, you know, to go on, right, you know, like I said, I was up under Jihad, and he was like, yo, telling me, you know, what it was. I'm like, yo, and I told him, I was like, listen, bro, when you come to me about a situation, bro, don't come to me with the politics. You go and deal with the politics. He was a good orator. He's a good talker. So he was like, cool. I said, when it's time to push, if it's time to push, then you come holler at me. When you come to me, you like, yo, it's time to push. It ain't no we going to go talk to the people, try to solve. I'm not with that part of it. Y'all do that. When it's done, it's done. I said, when it come time to push, you know, come get me. Because they already hollered at me to get on the squad anyway, because they know that I'm pushed that nice, right? I ain't saying it like I'm no bad guy, nothing like that, or tougher than nobody else, but I'm going to push my knife. Like in the streets, I'm going to bust my gun. If I got, like, you know, back when I was into the streets, you know, I didn't carry a gun or a weapon for protection. I carried it for aggression. You feel me? It's a difference, you know, and just like in prison, at a time, you know, I didn't carry my weapon for protection, I carried it for aggression. So, meaning that, you know, I told him, like, yo, bro, when it's time to push, come holler at me, you know, and he was like, cool. So now, one day, because I was a head cook inside the kitchen, I was working in the